Thank you to Manta Comics for sponsoring this video.
Okay, well, I didn't get kicked out of the Manta Review Club, so I guess the review I did last time was acceptable. And here we are again for another one. And this time I'm talking about, let's see, what is it called? The Villainess is adored by the prince from the neighboring kingdom. We have our main character, who was a normal girl in Japan, but she dies. No truck is involved this time. No truck-kun, surprisingly. But she dies in the real world and wakes up in the world of her favorite otome game. But she doesn't wake up as the heroine. Instead, she wakes up as the villainous Tiara Rose. I'm not going to be able to get through this with a straight face. I'm sorry. But she wakes up as the villainess of this story, and she wakes up right before the end of the first game, which is when the villainess is humiliated by the main character and is exiled after having her engagement to the crown prince ended. The thing is, it does not go according to the game, and we get the prince and the main character trying to humiliate her, only for most people there to be like, what did she actually do that was worthy of that? And things quickly go very off the rails, especially since the prince from the neighboring kingdom, who in the real world had been announced as the love interest for the second game, but it wasn't released before she died, so she never got to play the second game. Uh, so he steps in and is just like, okay, well, if you're not engaged to him anymore, then will you marry me? This story wastes no time, and that's one thing I actually kind of enjoyed about it, was it moves very quickly. Nothing is wasted. Things just happen very quickly. And you know what? Here's the thing. So this is the second manga that I've reviewed for Manta, and I have to say, so the last one was Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, and I think of the two, I enjoyed that one a little more, just because it gave me a bit more to sink my teeth into story-wise. It was still a very fun read, like it wasn't serious or dark or anything. It just had a little more substance, whereas this one is very much, this is cotton candy, and there's nothing to sink my teeth into. There's not a whole lot to think about with the story, but I enjoyed it more than I expected, to the point where I actually was like, okay, I'm gonna keep reading this, and I don't know if I'm invested in the story. It was just really easy to keep going through, and yeah, I had more fun with it than I expected. Now, I have to say, I kind of enjoy these stories where the villain is a cute, and by this I mean the actual villain of the story, not like the main character who's reborn as the villainess. But the so-called main character of the game, which is, you know, usually the self-insert for the player. But so the girl in that role is very she comes off as like very girly and very cute and just kind of naive and innocent at first. And then the more she throws a fit, she's so hateable. And you know what? It's not the first time I've encountered this in stories like this, but I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. And I think I kind of like that, oh, cutesy sweet girl who comes off as naive and just well-intentioned at first, and then you find out she's actually just spoiled, and so I kind of like that. Which, like, feels weird saying, because I'm one of those people who I'm always like, I want more girly characters. And it's like, I don't have a problem finding girly characters in manga and manhwa, thankfully, so it feels weird to be bringing that up here. But I still like when a seemingly sweet girly girl turns out to be kind of awful. And so much fun to hate. It's always nice to have an antagonist that you can just straight out hate, and I absolutely hated that. what is her name's Akari in this. I believe it was Akari. I know, yeah, I had so much fun hating her. Yeah, no, like I said, this story is very much cotton candy. With Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You on that one, I also said that I enjoyed it more than I expected to. It's the same thing with this. I enjoyed it more than I expected to, but in a very different way, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, if you're looking for something fun and maybe a little silly, just to just to check out and read for a bit if you have some time, I think I would recommend this. So as long as you know going in that like this is cotton candy and not very deep, but still kind of silly fun. And at the moment, the first 4 chapters of the manga are available on Manta to read for free. So it's a great time to check it out if you want. I think that's everything I have to say. So yeah, I had fun with this. I enjoyed it. And on that, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again to Manta for sponsoring this video. Until next time, stay safe, take care, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye!